Hello there and welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. This channel is all about exploring the things that go bump in the night, from possessed items to haunted buildings and so much more. Whether you're a long time subscriber or just discovering us, I hope you feel right at home. And now let us begin today's video. In January 1971, the Perron family, consisting of Roger, Carolyn, and their five daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, moved into a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. The house, built around 1736, was surrounded by 200 acres of land and had a rich but very tragic history. The previous owners had warned the parents to keep the lights on at night for safety, but the family naturally dismissed the warnings as superstition. Shortly after moving in, the parents began to experience strange and terrifying phenomena. Carolyn would notice the broom would go missing or seemed to have moved from place to place on its own. She would hear the sound of something scraping against the kettle in the kitchen when no one was in there. Finally, she would find small pieces of dirt in the centre of a freshly cleaned kitchen floor. The girls began to notice spirits around the house, though for the most part they were harmless. However, there were a few that were angry. One night, while Roger was away on business, Carolyn was locked in the basement by an unseen force. She screamed for help, but no one could hear her. Finally, she managed to break free and ran upstairs. She grabbed the children and ran out of the house where they would spend the night at a nearby hotel. After this incident, Carolyn decided to research the history of the house, and she discovered that it had been in the Arnold family for 8 generations. During that time, many of the family members had died under mysterious circumstances. Several children had died in a nearby creek, one had been murdered, and several more hanged themselves in the attic. Carolyn also learned about Bathsheba Sherman, a woman who had lived on the property in the 1800s and was rumoured to be a witch. Bathsheba was said to have sacrificed an infant to the devil and had been involved in the death of a neighbour's child, though she was never convicted. Desperate for help, the parents contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, a pair of paranormal investigators. Ed was a demonologist and author, while Lorraine was a medium who claimed to be able to communicate with spirits. The Warrens arrived at the farmhouse and conducted an investigation. They quickly determined that the house was haunted by several spirits, including Bathsheba Sherman. During their investigation, the Warrens set up cameras and recording equipment in the house to document the paranormal activity. They also conducted seances and interviews with the Perron family to learn more about the hauntings. The Warrens recommended the Perrons perform an exorcism to rid the house of the spirits. The family agreed, and the Warrens contacted the Catholic Church to request permission. After several weeks of waiting, the church granted permission and the exorcism was scheduled. On the night of the exorcism, the Warrens, along with a priest and several other witnesses, gathered in the farmhouse. The exorcism lasted for several hours, and during that time, the family experienced some of the most terrifying moments of their lives. The spirits seemed to be very angry and resisted the exorcism, but eventually the Warrens were able to drive them out of the house. After the exorcism, the Perron family hoped their lives would return to normal. However, the haunting had taken a toll on the family, and so they decided to move out of the farmhouse. They sold the house to a new family who also reported experiencing strange phenomena. The Warrens continued to investigate paranormal activity throughout their lives, and their work inspired several books and movies, including the Conjuring franchise we all know and love today. Today, the Perron farmhouse is a very popular tourist attraction, and many people visit each year to learn about the true story behind the conjuring. The house has featured in several documentaries and television shows, and it continues to be a source of fascination for people around the world. The Perron family's story is a strong reminder that there are things in the world we cannot explain, and that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this type of content and want to see more, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And please leave me your thoughts and comments down below. I would love to hear from you all. Take care, and I'll see you next time.